I at first failed to see, while the eldritch beast thought immortality was a curse when I was infected by its binds. Then I started a family. My wife was the first to die. Car crash took her in one fell swoop. Then my son joined her. One by one, my next wife, my other kids all dropped like flies. That was the least of my problems. Though I had an intense healing factor, it could not stop cancer from growing. The bulging balls would continue bubbling and knotting non-stop, forming in bundles like grapes made of flesh and blood. Whenever doctors removed them, they would come back, fighting with more vigor than before. Even though I was like a living corpse, requiring no oxygen nor nutrients, they still persisted, not unlike a bad itch. The sun eventually formed a red giant, swallowing up the Earth faster than Pac-Man with a power pellet. As I laid on a spaceship heading towards another star, the tumors had completely consumed my back, paralyzing me in a prison of my own rough tissue. It was a miracle that I was able to finally get them removed somewhat from my spine. They would always come back, but eliminating them entirely was futile. That star developed into a red giant, followed by a white dwarf, followed by nothing. I would hop from planet to planet, developing new friends and establishing new families. They would all crumble before my eyes. Then, the last black hole in the universe was vanishing. Yet I was still here, on the ruins of a blank rock world, trying to cry, only for my tears to freeze in the absolute zero temperature. I was going to just let the tumors on my back consume me. But at that moment, something hit me. The tumors never required anything to grow. Never realized this until that point. They just formed. A clear violation of the law of conservation of mass. It wasn't easy, but I fed the dying black hole the lumps of skin on my back, so it would never run out of matter to consume, stabilizing it. After spending an eternity experiencing the universe, I had gained an eternity of knowledge as well. Soon, I learned to create materials that would last forever too. Then came artificial intelligence that mimicked human brains perfectly. Instead of waiting for friends to come, I would make them in the form of humanoid robots. I replaced my limbs with mechanics, keeping my back intact for a never-ending fuel source. My friends first traveled back to the dead solar system, planting a seed of flesh that would slowly grow infinitely until it collapsed on itself. With that, the black hole blossomed usable radiation. Soon we began taking over the dead planets and bringing them back to their former glory, along with the rest of the universe. When the Eldritch Beast came back years later, perplexed at my happiness, everyone just flipped off the Cthulhu knockoff and laughed.